Singapore, a destination that looks luxurious, futuristic, and very expensive. But here's the truth.
Singapore doesn't have to be a rupee 1 lakh plus trip. With the right planning, the right hotel, smart sightseeing choices, and a well designed holiday package, you can experience the best of Singapore without unnecessarily overspending. But there is one more thing you need to know. Singapore is not just about Marina Bay Sands and Universal Studios. This tiny island nation has one of the world's best airports, a fascinating mix of Chinese, Indian, and Malay cultures, incredible food, futuristic architecture, beautiful islands, and some of the most family friendly attractions in Asia.
So, in today's video, we are going to break down Singapore completely.
We will talk about when should you visit, how much does a Singapore trip actually cost, how much should you spend on flights, hotels, food, and sightseeing. Is Singapore good for families and kids? And finally, I will give you a complete 5 night 6 days itinerary that you can actually follow. Why should you visit Singapore? Let's start with the biggest question.
Singapore. Singapore is one of the easiest international destinations for our Indian travelers. First, the flight connectivity from India is excellent.
You have direct flights options from major Indian cities like Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore, Chennai, and Kolkata, making it relatively convenient to reach. Second, Singapore is extremely well organized. The airport experience is excellent. The city is clean, attractions are well managed, and the overall travel experience is very smooth. And third, Singapore is perfect for almost every type of traveler. If you're traveling with your family, you have Universal Studios, Singapore Zoo, Night Safari, and Sentosa. If you're traveling as a couple, you have Marina Bay, Gardens by the Bay, luxury hotels, and beautiful evening experiences. If you're traveling with friends, you have shopping nightlife, adventures, activities, and incredible food. And for Indian travelers, Singapore also has a big advantage. Little India.
So, whether you are a first time international traveler or someone who travels frequently, Singapore is a destination that's easy to explore and comfortable for Indians.
When is the best time to visit Singapore? Now let's talk about the weather. Singapore has a tropical climate, which means it's generally warm and humid throughout the year. You shouldn't really think of Singapore as having a traditional summer and winter like India. Instead, you can expect warm weather with rainfall possible throughout the year. So, when should you go? The answer depends on your priority. If you are traveling during school holidays or festive periods, expect higher demand and potentially higher flights and hotel prices. If you are looking for better deals, traveling during less busy periods can help you save money.
My advice, don't choose your travel dates only based on weather. Look at flight prices, hotel availability, and attractions booking together.
That's where a travel agent can help because sometimes shifting your trip by even a few days can make a significant difference to the overall package cost. Visa and entry requirements. Now let's talk about one of the most important things, visa. Indian passport holders generally need to arrange a Singapore entry visa before traveling. The application process involves submitting the required documents through the appropriate channels, and approval is not something you should leave until the last minute. Typically, travelers may need documents such as passports, photographs, travel details, hotel information, financial documents, and other supporting documents depending on the application.
And one important thing, don't book a non-refundable holiday without checking latest visa and entry requirements.
Visa rules and documentation requirements can change, so always verify the latest requirements before your trip. If you're booking through a travel agency, your agent can guide you through the documentation and visa application process. How much do flight cost? Now let's come to the biggest expense, flights. For a return flight from India to Singapore, you can broadly budget around 15,000 to 30,000 per person. But this is where your travel dates make a huge difference. During peak periods, Weekend school holidays and festival prices can increase significantly. And if you are booking at the last minute, don't be surprised if your flight alone costs much more. So if you are already know your travel dates, my advice is book early, especially if you are traveling as a family. Because when you have 4 or 5 people traveling together, even rupees 5,000 increase per ticket can add rupees 20,000 to rupees 25,000 to your total holiday budget. Where should you stay in Singapore? Now let's talk about hotels. And this is where many travelers make a mistake. They think I want a hotel in Marina Bay. Of course, Marina Bay is beautiful, but staying in the most expensive area is not always necessary. For most travelers, the better strategy is to choose a good hotel in a convenient location and use your included transfers or pre-arranged transportations for sightseeing. You can consider areas as such as Orchid Road, great for shopping and an upscale experience. Boogies, convenient and popular among tourists. Little India, particularly comfortable for Indian travelers and food options. Chinatown, great for culture, food and sightseeing. For a decent 3-star or 4-star hotel, a realistic planning budget could be around 5,000 to 8,000 per person per night, assuming double occupancy. For a 5-night stay, budget approximately 25,000 to 40,000 per person for a comfortable hotel experience.
The exact cost depends heavily on your dates, hotel category, and room occupancy.
What about food? Now let's talk about something very important for Indians. Food. Singapore has one of the world's best food culture. You can find Chinese, Indian, Malay, Japanese and international cuisines. And yes, you can find vegetarian and Indian food quite easily, especially around Little India. For a budget conscious traveler, food can cost approximately 800 to 1500 per person per day if you mix affordable local meals with restaurants. If you are eating at premium restaurants or restaurants regularly, your budget can increase significantly. My recommendation?
Don't eat only at Indian restaurants. Try the famous hawker center culture at least once. It's the most authentic way to try Singapore's food culture.
And for families with children, it's always good to check restaurants' menus and dietary requirements beforehand. So, is Singapore really expensive? Now, let's answer the question this video started with. Is Singapore expensive? Well, Singapore can be expensive, but it doesn't have to be unnecessarily expensive. Your total cost depends on 4 major things: flights, hotels, sightseeing, and food. If we choose luxury hotels, premium restaurants, and every possible attraction, your trip can easily cross rupees 1 lakh per person. But with smart planning, you can create a comfortable holiday at much more reasonable price. And this is where a travel package can sometimes make sense. Instead of booking everything separately, a package can combine flights, hotel, airport transfers, sightseeing, attraction tickets, visa assistance, and sometimes meal. The biggest advantage is convenience. You don't have to worry about coordinating every single transfer or figuring out how to reach every attraction. Especially when traveling with parents, children, or a larger family, pre-arranged transfers can make the holiday much more comfortable.
Now let's plan the perfect 5 night 6 days Singapore itinerary. So now we understand the destination and the cost. Now let's build the itinerary.
And remember, this is not an itinerary where you are rushing from one attraction to another. The idea is to experience Singapore completely. Day 1. Arrival plus Marina Bay. You arrive in Singapore and meet your driver or transfer representative at the airport. From here, you will be transferred at a hotel. Complete your check-in and take some time to relax. Because you are probably tired from the flight, we are keeping day 1 relatively easy. In the evening, head towards the iconic Marina Bay area. Visit Merlion Park, Marina Bay Waterfront, Helix Bridge, and explore the area around Marina Bay Sands. You can also watch the Spectra Light and Water Show, which is one of the Singapore's popular free evening experiences. This is the perfect way to start a Singapore holiday. No rushing, just enjoy the skyline, take photographs, and get your first taste of the city. Day 2, City Tours plus Gardens by the Bay. Day 2 is all about discovering the best Singapore's culture and its most photogenic spots. Start your morning with a Singapore city tour. Head to Little India where you will find colorful streets, Indian restaurants, temples and plenty of cultural influences. Then head towards Kampong Glam. Explore Sultan Mosque and Haji Lane which is incredibly popular for street art, cafes, boutiques, shops and photographs. Later visit Chinatown to get a glimpse into Singapore's Chinese heritage and culture. In the second half of the day, head to Gardens by the Bay. Explore the paid attractions depending on your interest. You can visit Cloud Forest and Flower Dome. The combined ticket cost can be approximately Rs 2,000 to 3,000 per person depending on ticket type and date. And in the evening, don't miss the garden rhapsody light and sound show at the iconic Super Tree Grove. It's completely different experience when the super trees light up at night. Sentosa Island exploration. Today we are heading to the state of Fun Sentosa Island. Since we have a dedicated day for Universal Studios tomorrow, today is all about exploring Sentosa's other amazing attractions at a relaxed pace. We have a variety of activity options to choose from: Sea Aquarium, Skyline Luge, Madden Tussauds, Singapore Cable Car, or simply enjoy the island and its beautiful beaches like Siloso or Palawan Beach. One important tip: don't try to do everything in one day. Choose the attractions that genuinely interest you. End your evening by watching Wings of Time, a spectacular outdoor night show. Then return to your hotel and rest up for a big day tomorrow. Universal Studios Singapore. Day 4 is all about thrills and fun. If you're traveling with kids or if you just love theme parks, this is probably going to be your favorite day. Today is dedicated entirely to Universal Studios Singapore. Spend your full day enjoying movie-themed rides, incredible attractions, and live entertainment. Ticket prices vary depending on the date and ticket type but keep approximately 5,000 to 7,000 per person. For the basic admission ticket as a planning estimate, since you have a full day here, you won't need to rush from ride to ride. Take your time, grab some fun theme park food and soak in the atmosphere. In the evening, return to your hotel and relax. Day 5, Wildlife or Shopping. Today you have two options. Option 1, Wildlife Day. If you're traveling with kids or love animals, visit Singapore Zoo or Night Safari. These are among Singapore's most popular wildlife attractions. Option 2, Shopping Day. If you are more interested in shopping, head towards Orchard Road or explore more budget-friendly shopping options around areas such as Bugis. You can also keep this day flexible, and honestly that's important. Don't make your itinerary so packed that you need a holiday after your holiday. Use this day to revisit your favorite area, shop for souvenirs, or simply relax. Day 6, Jewel Changi plus departure. And now sadly, it's time to say goodbye to Singapore. Depending on your flight timing, you can check out from the hotel and keep your luggage with the hotel or arrange your departure transfer. If your flight timing allows, spend some time at Jewel Changi Airport. The famous rain vortex and the impressive architecture make Jewel an attraction in itself. Then it's time to head to the airport for your flight back to India. And that's your perfect 5-night 6-day Singapore holiday. Complete Singapore trip cost. Now let's calculate everything for 5 nights 6 days trip from India.
So for a comfortable 5 nights 6 days of itinerary, you should realistically keep a budget of around 60,000 to 90,000 per person.
Depending on your flight dates, hotel category, transfer and number of paid attractions. For a premium or luxury experience, the budget can easily go above 1 lakh per person. But remember, this is an indicative estimate. Prices can change based on seasons, flight availability, hotel availability, exchange rates, and attraction ticket prices.
Before you book your trip, here are 5 mistakes I would recommend avoiding.
Final verdict. So, is Singapore expensive? It can be, but does Singapore have to be an expensive holiday? Absolutely not. With the right flights, a well located hotel, smart sightseeing, and a properly planned package, you can enjoy Singapore without spending unnecessarily. And that's why Singapore continues to be one of the best international destinations for Indian families, couple, and first time international travelers. So, if Singapore is on your bucket list, don't just search Singapore expensive or cheap. Instead, ask how can I plan Singapore smartly? Because the right planning can make a huge difference to your final holiday cost. And if you want a hassle free Singapore holiday with your flights, hotel, visa assistant, airport transfer, sightseeing, and activities all planned for you, then get in touch with our travel experts.
We will help you create a Singapore holiday based on your budget, your travel dates, and your travel style. Because when it comes to your destination, no tension, only relation.
If you enjoyed this complete Singapore guide, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who's planning a Singapore trip and tell us in the comments.